we've looked at pretty much any possibility in terms of solutions, and we've got a number that we believe may be viable, and there's 3 that I would class as sustainable that we're prioritising work on at the moment. One is this treatment process, where we've gone out to the market to assess what may be deliverable there. The second is potentially the use of geotextile bags to encapsulate the silt and potentially use that in constructive projects. So, for example, to assess whether bagged silt could be potentially a tool for addressing some of the coastal erosion issues, which we're aware of, particularly around the West Island, around the Kirkmichael coast, is an ongoing issue, and we need to do something to address that. And it may be that there's a situation where we can get out of the problem of resolving Peel, possibly a solution to use that in a very constructive way. And the third is in terms of remediation of old mining areas on the island. There's a lot of land that needs to be recovered, and there's a piece of work at the moment looking at whether there may be a possibility to use the silt in a positive way in terms of helping that land be remediated, which again would be a very, very positive outcome from the situation. So those are the sustainable options. We then fall back on less sustainable options such as landfill, which at present we don't have a suitable landfill site to accept the material. But again, we're working on options there as a contingency. So a lot of different strands to the work, and hopefully one or more of those will prove both viable and affordable.
Math isn't my strong point, but you've estimated it's about 3,000 to 4,000 tonnes a year, which is gathering, I suppose, if that's the right word, in the marina in Peel. And in 2015 it was 10,000 tonnes roughly that was moved. So 3 years on, does that mean that this problem is becoming an urgent one?
Well, it's certainly becoming an urgent one because the level of water in the marina is too low, and I know the sailing community very exercised, quite rightly so, about that. So it is a very, very important issue that we need to resolve, both for the direct marina users, but also the wider community of Peel and the West of the Island in particular, because the marina was key to the regeneration of Peel, and we need to make sure that that's looked after properly, and that the town has the vibrant future that it needs to have.
Were these problems sort of foreseeable when the regeneration of the marina took place, and what kind of precautions were put in place at the time?
Well, my understanding, and this goes back many years when the business case was first put together for the marina in Peel. My understanding is that the business case was based on the assumption that the marina would be dredged on an annual basis, and that the silt would be disposed of to sea. And I mean, it was pretty obvious that there was going to be silt accumulating in the marina when you're blocking off the natural flow of the river. So I think if it had been regularly maintained, we may not have had the issues we have today. But of course, the wider climate that we're in terms of environmental obligations has changed. So the reality is we are where we are. Annual maintenance wasn't done, and it is no longer acceptable for the content of Peel Marina to be disposed of to sea in its present state. It may be that with treatment it can be brought down to a suitable level, and that's one of the options that may come out of this prior information notice.